Key 11. Justice. Lamed, L, value 30, means, as a verb, to teach, to instruct. As a noun, identical with the Hebrew letter name, lamed signifies an ox goad. Since the ox in this alphabet is aleph, lamed stands for that which urges and guides the manifestation of the cosmic power represented in tarot by the Fool. Now, this cosmic power is all-pervading and all-embracing. Consequently, there can be no other power outside it, to set it in motion and direct its course. We must understand, then, that the letter name stands for something within the life power. It represents an inward urge or drive, and an inward capacity for self-direction. In the Book of Formation, the special function assigned to Lamed is work or action. This is also the basic meaning of the Sanskrit term karma. Northwest is the direction properly belonging to Lamed. In the first edition of this book, it was incorrectly given as southwest, as in some versions of the Book of Formation. But subsequent research and comparison of ancient texts has shown the inaccuracy of this attribution. The line northwest on the cube of space is the vertical line at the junction of the north and west sides of the cube. The upper point of this line is the corner at which the lines north above and west above are joined. The lower point of this line is the corner at which the lines north below and west below are joined. The fiery, exciting nature of the planet Mars, connected with the north side of the cube of space, is thus combined in this attribution with the expansive and rotary quality associated with Jupiter. See keys 16 and 10 for the tarot symbolism. Libra, the scales, is a cardinal airy sign. It is ruled by Venus, key 3, the Empress, and is the sign in which Saturn, key 21, the world, is exalted. Our subconscious deductions from experience are the seeds of karma, and are actually the basis of all our activities. From them, we gain instruction and knowledge. Furthermore, the highest manifestation of the restrictive, concrete, definitive power of Saturn is brought about through the operation of the law, symbolized by key 11. Libra governs the kidneys, loins, and lumbar region of the spine. Astrologers say that Librans love justice, order, and harmony. Their Venusian quality is shown by their love of beauty and culture. They are said to have keen sense of comparison, foresight, and acute perceptions. The Libran color is green. The corresponding musical tone is F sharp, or G flat. Faithful intelligence is the special mode of consciousness attributed by Kabbalists to the letter Lamed. The Hebrew for faithful is Aleph Mem Nun, Amen, which we say as a confirmatory expression at the end of prayers. This word is closely related to the Sanskrit Aum, or Om, and to the name of the Egyptian god Amun, often written Amen. In the Kabbalah, we are told that, quote, spiritual virtues are deposited in the faithful intelligence, and augment therein, end quote. Here is the very idea of the ripening of perception and interpretation into motives for action, so familiar to occultists as a fundamental meaning of karma. Justice, the title of key 11, signifies the active administration of law. It also makes us think of balance, poise, exactitude, accuracy, impartiality, equity, and the like. The central figure of the design is a conventional personification of justice. But she wears no blindfold. Her yellow hair, like that of the Empress, identifies her as Venus. So does her green cape, because in our color scale, green is attributed to Venus. We may identify her also with the woman who tames the red lion in Key 8, and it should be remembered that in the exoteric tarot, Key 8 is justice and Key 11 is strength. This blind does not mislead those who know the attributions of the signs of the zodiac to the letters of the alphabet. Just why it was employed at all may be difficult to understand now, yet it does serve to emphasize the fact that Keys 8 and 11 represent two aspects of the operation of a single power, which power is the creative imagination, symbolized by the Empress. In the BOTA version, the woman's dress has an ornamental color, displaying a blue-violet T-cross. This, by shape and color, refers to the exaltation of Saturn in Libra. So does that T-cross, which is the hilt of the uplifted sword. The red robe is the color of Mars, complement of the green of Venus. The Greek myth concerning the clandestine love affair of Mars and Venus intimates that action, Mars, and imagination, Venus, are always related. Mars rules the tonicity of the muscles. Consequently, all work or action, the function attributed in Kabbalah to Libra, depends on this Mars force in the muscles. Underneath the red robe, showing at the sleeves, is a blue undergarment. This is the color of the High Priestess, and her number, 2, results from adding the digit of 11, the number of justice. For all imagination is based on memory. In the Rider pack, Justice wears a crown, showing 3 turrets and ornamented with a square jewel. The 3 turrets and the 4 sides of the square give the number 7, the Kabbalistic number of the sphere of Venus on the Tree of Life. In the BOTA version, the square is white and contains a red circle. Since 22 is the conventional arithmetical symbol for any circle, and a square stands for 4, the two together, like the Masonic square and compass, represent the number 26, which is the value of the divine name Yod-He-Vav-He, Jehovah. The golden scales in the woman's left hand are a subtle hint that solar energy, or light, for which the ancient symbol is gold, may be used as an instrument whereby to weigh and measure action. This fact was well known to occultists in the day tarot was invented. And modern science confirms this by making the speed of light, and also its mass, the basis for the calculations which demonstrate the electrical nature of all so-called matter. These same calculations have led to the discovery of atomic fission, which will undoubtedly bring about the revolution of chemical and physical science predicted in 1859 by Eliphas Levi. This discovery will also give the whole human race new standards of action and will make possible in the affairs of men a closer approximation to ideal justice. The yellow background refers to the element of air, since Libra is an airy sign. Violet, the color of the curtains, is referring to Jupiter and the Wheel of Fortune, to suggest that the veils of the mechanism of Key 10 conceal from the uninitiated that the whole universe is actually permeated by the life breath of spirit, symbolized by yellow. The throne of the woman has also stretched between its 2 pillars. Again. The throne of the woman has also stretched between its 2 pillars a violet veil. Pillars and veil are reflections of the ideas suggested by similar symbols in the picture of the High Priestess. The sword is of steel, a metal attributed to Mars. It is an indication that all action destroys as well as builds. We may take it likewise to represent the elimination of all waste and hesitancy from wisely directed action, and to be a reference to the idea of discrimination represented by Zayn, the sword in the Hebrew alphabet, and by Key 6 of the tarot. The general meaning of Key 11 is that education, ox goad, has equilibration for its aim. It requires, therefore, the elimination of useless, outworn forms, sword and attribution of Libra to the kidneys. Education is completed by action and work. Merely hearing the word or reading it is not true education. Action is required, and action is motivated by subconscious response to self-conscious observation and concentration. Psychologically, this picture illustrates the law of poise and self-direction. A balanced personality is faithful, constant, and confident, because right use of reason has established enduring certainty as to the just outcome of all activities. For a practical occultist, this card signifies 1. You really know only when you have acted, and 2. Equilibration, mental and physical, demands the elimination of waste, the getting rid of, quote, excess baggage, end quote.